Sicilia could not show himself overkind to Bohemia. They were trained together in their childhoods, and there rooted betwixt them in such an affection which cannot choose but branch now. Since their more mature dignities and royal necessities have made separation of their society, their encounters, though not personal, have been royally attorneyed through interchange of gifts, letters, loving embassies, so that it seemed they were together, though absent, shook hands as over a vast, and embraced, as it were, from the ends of opposed winds. The heavens continue their loves. We have an unspeakable comfort of our young Prince Mamilius. It is a gentleman of the greatest promise that ever came into our note, a gallant child, one that indeed physics the subject, makes old hearts fresh. They that went on crutches ere he was born desire yet their life to see him a man.
9 changes of the watery star have been the shepherd's note since we have left our throne with our part. Time as long again would be filled up, my brother, with our thanks, and yet we should for perpetuity go heads in debt. Therefore I multiply with one we thank you many thousands more that go before it.
Stay your thanks a while and pay them when you part.
Sir, that's tomorrow. I am questioned by my fears of what may chance our breed upon our absence. Besides, I have stayed to tie your royalty.
We are tougher, brother, than you can put us to it.
No longer stay.
1 seven-night longer.
Very soon, tomorrow.
We'll part the times between them, and in that I'll no gainsaying.
Press me not, beseech you so. There is not tongue that moves. None in the world as soon as yours could with me. My affairs do even drag me homeward, which to hinder in your love are good to me. My stay to you a charge and trouble. To save both, farewell, our brother.
Tongue-tied, our queen? Speak you.
I had thought, sir, to have held my peace until you had drawn oaths from him not to stay. You, sir, charge him too coldly. Tell him you are sure all in Bohemia is well. This satisfaction beats his best lord.
Well said, Hermione.
To tell he longs to see his son more strong, but let him say so then and let him go. But let him swear so, and he shall not stay. We'll thwack him hence with distaffs. Yet of your royal presence I'll adventure the borrow of a week. When at Bohemia, you take my lord. I'll give him my commission to let him there a month behind the jest prefix first parting. Yet good deed, Leontes, I love thee not to jar the clock behind when lady she her lord. You'll stay?
No, madam.
Nay, but you will.
I may not, verily.
Verily? You put me off with limber vows. But I, though you would seek to unsphere the stars with oaths, should yet say, Sir, no going. Verily you shall not go. A lady's verily is as potent as a lord's. Will you go yet? Force me to keep you as a prisoner and not like a guest, so you shall pay your fees when you depart and save your thanks. How say you, my prisoner or my guest? By your dread verily, one of them you shall be.
Your guest, madam, to be your prisoner should import much offense, which is for me less easy to commit than you to punish.
Not your jailer then, but your kind hostess. Come, I'll question you of my lord's tricks and yours when you were boys. You were pretty lordings then?
We were, fair queen, 2 lads that thought there was no more behind, but such a day today as tomorrow, and to people eternal.
Was not my lord the barrier wag of the two?
We were, fair queen, 2 lads that thought there was no more behind. Whereas we were a queen lad to think at bleeded son and bleed the one at the other. What we changed was innocence for innocence. We knew not the doctrine of her doing, nor dreamed that any did. Had we pursued that life in our weak spirit, never been with iron blade with coming blood, we should have answered heaven boldly, not guilty, that imposition clear, hereditary hours.
By this we gather you have tripped since.
Oh, my most sacred lady, temptations have since then been born to us. For those unfledged days was my wife and girl. Your precious self had not crossed the eye of my young playfellow.
Grace to boot! Of this make no conclusion, lest you say your queen and I are devils. Yet go on. The offenses we have made you do will answer, if you first sin with us, and that you did continue faults with us, and that you slipped not with any, but with us.
Is he one yet?
He'll stay, my lord.
At my request he would not. Hermione, thou never spokest to better purpose.
Never?
Never but once.
What have I twice said well? When was it before? I prithee tell me. Crams with praise and makes as fat as tame things. One good deed done, tongueless slaughters 1,000 waiting upon that. Our praises are our wages. You may rise with one soft kiss 1,000 furlongs, ere with spur we heed an acre. but to the goal. My last good deed was to entreat his stay. What was my first? Oh, it has an elder sister, I mistake you. Oh, would her name were Grace. But once before I spoke to the purpose. When, nay, let me have it, I long.
Why, that was when 3 crabbed monks had soured themselves to death, ere I could make thee open thy white hand and clap thyself my love. Then didst thou I am yours forever.
'Tis grace indeed. Why, lo you now, I have spoke to the purpose twice. The one for ever earned a royal husband, the other for some while a friend.
Too hot, to mingle friendship far as mingling bloods. A tremor cordis on me, my heart dances, but not for joy, not joy. This entertainment may a free face put on, derive liberty from hardiness, from bounty, fertile bosom, and well become the agent. 'Tis may, I grant, but to be paddling palms, pinching fingers as now they are, and making practice smiles as in a looking glass, and then to smile as for the more to the dear. For that is entertainment my bosom likes not, nor my brows. Mamilius, art thou my boy? Effects. Why, that's my bowcock. What? A smudge thy nose? They say it is a copy out of mine. Come, Captain, we must be neat. Not neat, but cleanly, Captain. And yet the steer, the heifer, and the calf are all called neat. Still virginaling upon his palm? How now, one calf? Art thou my calf?
Yes, if you will, my lord.
Thou want'st a rough pash in the shoots that I have to be fool like me. Yet they say we are almost as like as eggs. Women say so that would say anything. But were they false as wind, as waters, as false as dice? Yet were it true to say this boy were like me. Come, Sir Page, look on me with your welcome eye. Sweet villain, most dearest my collar. Can thy dam made be affection? Thy intention stabs a center. Thou dost make things not so held, communicast with dreams.
What means, Cecilia?
Something seems unsettled.
How, my lord?
What cheer? How is it with you, best brother?
You look as if you held a brow of much distraction. Are you moved, my lord?
No, in good earnest. Looking on the lines of my boy's face, methoughts I did recoil these 23 years, and saw myself unbreeched in my green velvet coat, my dagger muzzle, lest it should bite its master, and so prove, as ornaments oft do, too dangerous. How likes me thought I was to this colonel, this squash, this gentleman, mine honest friend. Will you take eggs for money?
No, my lord, I will fight.
Oh, you will! My happy man's be his dole. My brother, are you so fond of your young prince as we do seem to be of ours?
If a home serve is all my exercise, my mirth, my motto, now my sworn friend, then my enemy, my parasite, my soldier, statesman, all.
So stands this squire office with me. We two will walk, my lord, and leave you to your graver steps. Hermione, how thou lovest us, show in our brother's welcome. Let what is dear in Sicily be cheap. Next to thyself and my young rover, he is a parent to my heart.
If you would seek us, we are yours in the garden. Shall attend you there.
To your own bent's dispose you. You'll be found, be you beneath the sky. I am angling now, though you perceive me not how I give line. Go to. How she holds up the neck, the bill to him, and arms her with the boldness of a wife to his allowing husband. Gone already, inch thick, knee deep, or head and ears, a fourth one. Go play, boy, play. Thy mother plays, and I play too, but so disgraced a part, whose issue will hiss me to my grave. Contempted clamor will be my knell. Go play, boy, play. There have been, or I am much deceived, cuckolds ere now. And many men there is, even now at this present, while I speak this, holds his wife by the arm that little thinks she's been sluiced in his absence. His pond fished by his next neighbor, by Sir Smile, his neighbor. Nay, there's comfort in it. Whilst other men's have gates, and those gates opened, as mine, against their will. Should all despair that had revolted wise, the 10th of mankind would hang themselves. Physic for it there is none, no barricado for a belly. know it. It would let in and out the enemy with bag and baggage. Many thousands on have the disease and feel it not. How now, boy?
I am not here this day.
Oh, why, that's some comfort. What, Camilla there?
Aye, my good lord.
Go play, Mamilius. Thou art an honest man. Camilla, this great sir will yet stay longer.
You had much ado to make his anchor hold. When you cast out, it still came home.
Didst note it?
He would not stay at your petitions, made his business more material.
Didst perceive it? They are here with me already, whispering, rounding. Cecilia is a so forth. 'Tis far gone. How came it, Camilla, that he did stay?
At the good queen's entreaty.
At the queen's beat. Good should be pertinent, but so it is. It is not. Was this taken by any understanding paint but thine? Not noted was it, but of the finer natures. Lower messes, perchance, are to this business purblind? Say.
Business, my lord? I think most understand. Bohemia stays here longer.
Huh?
Stays here longer.
Aye. But why?
To satisfy your highness and the entreaties of our most gracious mistress.
Satisfy the entreaties of your mistress. Satisfy. Let that suffice. I had trusted thee, Camilla, with all the nearest things to my heart. We have been deceived in thy integrity, deceived in that which seems so.
Well, be it forbid, my lord.
To bite upon it, thou art not honest. Or if thou would glance that way, thou art a coward. Or else a servant grafted in my serious trust, and therein negligent. Or else a fool that seest the game played home, the rich stake drawn, and takest all for jest.
My gracious lord, if ever I were willful negligent, it was my folly. If industriously I played the fool, it was my negligence, not weighing well the end. If ever fearful to do a thing where I the issue doubted, whereof the execution did cry out against the non-performance, 'twas a fear which oft infects the wisest. These, my lord, are such allowed infirmities that honesty is never free of. But beseech your grace, be plainer with me, and let me know my trespass by its own visage. If I then deny it, 'tis none of mine.
Had not you seen Camilla? But that's past doubt. You have, or your eyeglass is thicker than a cuckold's horn. Or heard, for to a vision so apparent, rumor cannot be mute. Or thought, for cogitation resides not in that man that does not think. My wife is slippery? If thou wilt confess, or else be impudently negative, to have nor eyes, nor ears, nor thoughts, then say my wife's a hobby horse, deserves a name as rank as any flat switch that puts two before her troth plight. Say it, justify it.
I would not be a stander by to hear my sovereign mistress clouded so, without my present vengeance taken. True, my heart, you never spoke what did become you less than this.
His whispering nothing, his leaning cheek to cheek, his meaty noses, kissing with the inside lip, stopping the career of laughter with a sigh, a note infallible at breaking honesty. Horsing foot on foot, skulking in corners, wishing clocks more swift, hours, minutes, noon, midnight, and all eyes blind with a pen and web, but theirs, which would unseen be wicked. Is this nothing? Why then the world, and all that is in it, is nothing. The covering sky is nothing, Bohemia is nothing, my wife is nothing, nor nothing have these nothings of this be nothing.
Good my lord, be cured of this diseased opinion, and be times, for 'tis most dangerous.
Be 'tis true.
No, my lord.
It is, you lie. I say thou liest, Camillo, and I hate thee. Pronounce thee a gross lout, a mindless servant, or else a hovering temporizer, that canst with thine eyes at once see good and evil, inclining to them both. Were my wife's liver infected as her life, she would not live the running of one glass.
But who does infect her?
Why, he that wears her like her medal, hanging about his neck. Bohemia, who, if I'd servants true about me, they might do that which was a doom more doom. I, and thou, his cupbearer, might bespice a cup to give mine enemy a lasting wink, which draught to me were cordial.
Sir, my lord, I could do this and that with no rash potion, but with a lingering dram that should not work maliciously, like poison. But I cannot believe this crack to be in my dread mistress, so sovereignly being honorable. I love thee.
Make that thy question go rot. Just think I'm so muddy, so unsettled to appoint myself in this vexation, sully the purity and whiteness of my sheets, which to preserve as sleep, which being spotted as goads, thorns, nettles, tails of wasps, give scandal to the blood of the prince, my son, whom I do think is mine and love is mine, without the right moving to it? Would I do this? Could man so blench?
I must believe you, sir. I do, and will fetch off Bohemia for it. Provided that when he's removed, your highness will take again your queen, as yours at first, even for your son's sake, and thereby foresealing the injury of tongues in courts and kingdoms known and allied to yours.
Thou dost advise me. Even so, as I mine own course have set down, I'll give no blemish to her honor. None.
My lord, go then, and with a countenance as clear as friendship wears at feast, keep with Bohemia and your queen. I am his cupbearer. If from me he have wholesome beverage, account me not your servant.
This is all. Do it, and thou shalt have the one half of my heart. Do it not, and I splits thine own.
I'll do it, my lord.
I will seem friendly as thou hast advised me.
Oh, miserable lady, but for me what case stand I in? I must be the poisoner of good Polixenes, and my ground to do it is the obedience to a master, one who in rebellion with himself will have all that are his, so too. To do this deed promotion follows. If I could find example of thousands that had struck anointed kings and flourished after, I'll not do it. But since nor brass, nor stone, nor parchment bears not one, let villainy itself forswear it. I must forsake the court. To do it or no is certain to me a breakneck. Happy star reign now, here comes Bohemia.
This is strange. Methinks my favor here begins to work. Not speak. Good day, Camillo.
Hail, most royal sir.
What's the news at the court?
None rare, my lord.
The king had on him such a countenance that he has lost some province in a region loved that he loved himself. Even now I met him with customary compliment when he wafted his eyes to the contrary, and falling a love with which I live with much content. Speed from me, and so leave me to consider what is breathing that changeth of his manners.
I dare not know, my lord.
How dare not? Do you know and dare not? Be intelligent to me it is thereabout. For to yourself, what you do know, you must and cannot say you dare not.
There is a sickness which puts some of us in distemper, but I cannot name the disease, and it is caught of you that yet are well.
How caught of me?
I may not answer.
A sickness caught of me, and yet I well. I must be answered. Dost thou hear, Camillo? I conjure thee by all the part of men which honor dost acknowledge that thou declare what incidency thou dost guess of harm is creeping toward me. How far off? How near? Which way to be prevented, if to be? If not, how best to bear it?
Sir, I will tell you, since I am charged in honor, and by him that I think honorable. Therefore mark my counsel, which must be even as swiftly followed as I mean to utter it, or both yourself and me cry lost, and so good night.
On good, Camillo.
I am appointed him to murder you.
By whom, Camillo?
By the king.
For what?
He thinks, nay, with all confidence, he swears, as he had seen it, that you have touched his queen forbiddenly.
Oh, then. My best blood turn into an infected jelly, and my name be yoked with his that does betray the best. Turn then my freshest reputation, which may strike the dullest nostril where I arrive, and my approach be shunned and hated too.
Swear his thought over by each particular star in heaven, and all their influences. You may as well forbid to see, for to obey the moon, or as by oath remove, or counsel, shake the fabric of his folly.
How shall this grow?
I know not. But I know 'tis safer to avoid what's grown than to question how 'tis born. Therefore, if you dare trust my honesty, away tonight, your followers I will whisper to the business, and by twos and threes at several posterns clear them of the city. As for myself, I'll put my fortunes to your service, which here by this discovery are lost. Be not uncertain, for by the honor of my parents I have uttered truth.
I do believe thee. I saw his heart in his face. Give me thy hand. Be pilot to me. My ships are ready, and my people do expect my hand's departure 2 days ago. This is a jealousy for a precious creature, and as is rare, must it be great. And as his person's mighty, must it be violent. And as he does conceive, he's dishonored by a man whichever professed him. Why he revenges must in that be made more better. Come, Camillo, I will respect thee as a father, if thou bearest my life off hence, let us avoid.
It is in mine authority to command the keys of all the posterns. Please, your highness, to take the urgent hour. Come, sir, away.
Oh, take the boy to you. He so troubles me, 'tis past enduring.
Come, my gracious lord, shall I be your playfellow?
No, I'll never be.
Why, my sweet lord?
You'll kiss me hard and speak to me as if I were a baby stone. I love you better.
Oh, and why so, my lord?
Not from because your brows are blacker, yet black as they say become some women's better, so that there be not too much hair there. But in a semicircle or a half moon made with of head.
Huh. And who taught this?
I learned it out of women's faces. Pray now, what color are your eyebrows?
Blue, my lord.
Maybe not so much. I've seen ladies who knows the heads been blue, but not her eyebrows.
Oh, hark ye. The queen, your mother, rounds apace. We shall present our services to a fine new prince one of these days, and then you'd want him with us if we would have you.
She's fed a lady to a goodly bulk. Good time to encounter her. What wisdom stirs amongst you? Well, come, sir, now. I have come for you again. Pray you sit by us and tell us a tale.
Merry old sad toddy.
As merry as you will.
A sad tale is best for winter. I have one of sprites and goblins.
Well, let's have that, good sir. Come on, sit down. Come on and do your best to frighten me with your sprites. You're powerful at it.
There was a man.
Nay, come sit down, then on.
The lowest bags are hard. I will tell it so. Yon cricket shall not stray.
Come on, then, and give it to me in mine ear.
Was he met there? What train? Camilla with him?
Behind the tuft of pines I met them. Never saw I men scour so on their way. I eyed them even to their ships.
How blessed am I in my just censure and my true opinion. Alack, for less than knowledge, how accursed in being so blessed. There may be in the cup a spider steeped, and one may drink, depart, and yet partake no venom, for his knowledge is not infected. But if one present the abhorred ingredient to thine eye, make known how he hath drunk. He cracks his gorge, his side with violent hefts. I have drunk, and I have seen the spider. Camilla was his helplessness, his pain. There's a plot against my life, my crown. All's true that is mistrusted. That false villain whom I employed was pre-employed by him. He has discovered my design, and I remain a pinched thing. Yea, very trick for him to play at will. How came the postern so easily opened?
By his great authority, which often hath no less prevailed than so on your command.
I know it too well. Give me the boy. I'm glad you did not nurse him. Though he bears some signs of me, yet you have too much blood in him.
What is this, sport?
Away, take the boy hence. He shall not come about her. Away with him. And let her sport herself with that she's bit with, for 'tis Polixenes has made thee swell thus.
But I'd say he had not. And I'll be sworn you would believe my saying, howe'er you lean to deny word.
You, my lords, look on her. Mark her well. Be but about to say she is a goodly lady, and the justice of your hearts will thereto add. 'Tis a pity she's not honest, honorable. Praise her, but for this her without door form, which on my faith desert is high speech. Be it known, from him that has the most cause to grieve it should be, she's an adulteress.
Should a villain say so? The most replenished villain in the world, he was much more a villain. You, my lord, do but mistake.
You have mistook my lady, Polixenes for Leontes. I have said she's a traitor, a adulteress. I have said with whom? More, she's a traitor, and Camillo is a federary with her. And one should shame herself, and one that knows that she should shame herself to know, but with her most vile principle, that she's a bedsworn. Aye, and privy to this, their late escape.
No, by my life, privy to none of this. How will this grieve you when you have come to clear knowledge that you thus have published me? Gentle, my lord, you scarce can write me through leaving to say you did mistake.
No. If I mistake on those foundations that I build upon, this cinder is not big enough to bear a schoolboy's top. away with her, to prison. He who shall speak is a far-off guilty, but that he speaks.
There are some ill-planted rains. I must be patient till the heavens look with an aspect more favorable. Good my lords, I am not prone to weeping as our sex commonly are, the want of which vain you perchance shall dry your pities. But I have that honorable grief lodged here which burns worse than tears drown. Beseech you all, my lords, with thoughts so qualified as your charity shall best instruct you measure me, and so the king's will be performed.
Shall I be heard?
Who is it that goes with me? Beseech your highness, my women may be with me, for you see my plight requires it. Do not weep, good fools. There is no cause. And you shall know your mistress has deserved prison and abound in tears as I come out. This action I now go on is for my better grace. Adieu, my lord. I never wished to see you sorry, but now I trust I shall. My women come. You have leave.
Go, do our bidding. Hence.
Beseech your highness, call the queen.
Be certain what you do, sir, lest your justice prove violence, in which three great ones suffer: yourself, your queen, your son.
For her, my lord, I dare my life lay down, and will do it, sir. Please you to accept it, that the queen is spotless in the eyes of heaven and to you.
If it proves she's otherwise, I'll keep my stables where I lodge my wife. I'll go in couples with her, and when I see and feel her, no farther trust her. For every inch of woman in the world, aye, every dram of woman's flesh is false, if she be...
Hold your pieces!
Good my lord.
It is for you we speak, not for ourselves. You are abused, and by some put her on that will be damned for it. Be she honored flawed, I have 3 daughters. The oldest is 11, the second and third 9, and some 5. If this prove true, they'll pay for it. By mine honor, I'll geld them all. 14 they shall not see to bring false generations.
Hold your pieces! Cease no more! You smell this business with a sense as cold as is a dead man's nose. But I do see it and feel it, as you feel it thus.
If it be, we need no grave to bury honesty. There's not a grain of it, the face to sweeten of the whole dungy earth.
What? Lack I credit?
I had rather you did lack than I, my lord, upon this ground. And more, it would content me to have her honor true than your suspicion.
Why, what need we commune with you of this? Inform yourselves. We need no more of your advice. The matter, the loss, the gain, the ordering on it is all properly ours.
And I wish, my liege, you had only in your silent judgment tried it without more overture.
How could that be? Either thou art most ignorant by age, or thou art born a fool. Camillo's flight added to their familiarity. Doth push on this proceeding. Yet, for greater confirmation, for in an act of this importance, 'twere most piteous to be wild. I have dispatched in post to sacred Delphos, to Apollo's temple, Cleomenes and Dion, whom you know of stuffed sufficiency. Now from the oracle they shall bring all, whose spiritual counsel had, shall stop or spur me. Have I done well?
Well done, my lord.
Though I am satisfied and need no more than what I now know, so shall the oracle give rest to the minds of others, such as he whose ignorant credulity will not come up to the truth. Come, we are to speak in public, for this matter will raise us all.
The keeper of the prison called to him, and let him have knowledge who I am.
Good lady, no court in Europe is too good for thee. What dost thou then in prison?
Now, good sir, you know me, do you not?
For a worthy lady and one whom much I honor.
Pray, then, consent with me.
I may not, madam. To the contrary, I have expressed the commandment.
Here's a due to lock up honesty and honor from the access of gentle visitors. Is it lawful, pray, to see her women? Any of them familiar?
So please you, madam, to put apart these, your attendants. I shall bring Amelia forth.
Pray now, call her. Withdraw yourselves.
And madam, I must be present at your conference.
Well, be it so. Prithee, here's such ado. To make no stain a stain as passes coloring. Dear gentlewoman, how fair is our gracious lady?
As well as one so great and so forlorn may hold together, on her frights and griefs, but she's never tender lady hath been born greater. She's something in her times of living.
A boy.
A daughter, and a goodly babe. The queen receives much comfort in it. Says my poor prisoner, I am innocent as you.
I dare be sworn these dangerous, unsafe news, if the king be true then. He must be told on to it, and he shall. The office becomes a woman best. I'll take it upon me. If I prove honey mouth, let my tongue blister, and never to my red-looked anger be the trumpet any more. Pray you, Amelia, commend my best obedience to the queen. If she dares trust me with her little babe, I'll show it to the king and undertake to be her advocate to the loudest. We do not know how he may soften at the sight of the child, but often the silence of pure innocence persuades when speaking fails.
Most worthy madam, your honor and your goodness is so evident that your free undertaking cannot miss the striving issue. There is no greater lady living, so meet for your grand errand. Please, your ladyship, to visit the next room. I'll presently acquaint the queen of your most noble offer, whom but today hammered of this design, but durst not tempt a minister of honor, lest she should be denied.
Tell her, Amelia, I'll use that tongue I have. If wit flow from it like boldness from my bosom, let not be doubted I shall do good.
Now be ye blessed for it. All to the queen. Please, give him something nearer.
Madam, if it pleases the queen to send the babe, I know not I shall incur to pass it, having no warrant.
You need not fear it, sir. The child was prisoner to the woman as by law and process of great nature, thence freed and enfranchised, not a party to the anger of the king, nor guilty of, if any be, the trespass of the queen.
I do believe it.
Do not you fear. Upon mine honor I shall stand betwixt you and danger.
Nor night, nor day, no rest. It is but weakness to bear the matter thus. Mere weakness. If the cause were not being, part of the cause, she the adulteress. For the harlot queen is quite beyond mine arm, out of the blank and level of my brain, plot-proof. But she I can hook to me. Say that she were gone, given to the fire. A moiety of my rest might come to me again. Who's there?
My lord,
How does the boy?
he took a good rest tonight. 'Tis hoped his sickness is discharged.
To see his nobleness, conceiving the dishonor of his mother, he straight declined, drooped, took it deeply, fastened and fixed the shame on it in himself. Threw up his spirits, his sleep, his appetite, and downright languished. Leave me so. Go. See how he fares. Fie! No thought of him! The very thought of my vengeance that will recoil upon me, and himself too mighty, and in his powers his alliance. Let him be, until time may serve. For present vengeance, take it on her. Camillo and Polixenes laugh at me, make their pastime in my sorrows. But they shall not laugh, nor if I could reach them, nor shall she within my power.
You must not enter.
Nay, father, good my lord, be second to me. Fear you his tyrannous passion more or less than the queen's life? A gracious innocent soul more free than he is jealous?
That's enough.
Madam, he hath not slept tonight. Commanded none should come at him.
Not so hot, good sir, I come to bring him sleep. 'Tis such as you that creep like shadows by him and do sigh at each his needless heavings, such as you nourish the cause of his awaking. I do come with words as medicinal as true, honest as either, to purge him of that humor that presses him from sleep.
What noise there? Ho!
No noise, my lord, but needful conference about some gossips for your highness.
How? Away with that audacious lady! Antigonus, I charge you that she should not come about me. I knew she would.
I told her so, my lord. On your displeasure's peril and on mine, she should not visit you.
What, canst not rule her?
All dishonesty he can, and this, unless he take the course that you have done, commit me for committing on it. Trust it, he shall not rule.
Fine, I hear. When she will take the rein, I'll let her run, but she'll not stumble.
Good my liege, I come, I beseech you, hear me, who professes myself your loyal servant, your physician, your most obedient counselor. I come from your good queen.
Good queen.
Good queen, my lord. Good queen. I say good queen, and would by combat make her good, so were I a man the worst about you.
Force her hence.
Let him that makes the trifles of his eyes first hand me. On mine own accord I'll off. But first I'll do my errand. The good queen, for she is good, hath brought you forth a daughter. Here 'tis,
Out!
Lend it to your blessing.
Out! A mankind witch! Henceforth out the door, a most intelligencing bawd!
Not so. I am as ignorant in that as you, and so entitling me and no less honest than you are mad, which is enough, I'll warrant, as this world goes, to pass for honest.
Traitors, will you not push her out? Give for the bastard, thou dotard, thou art woman-tired, unroosted by thy day, partlet here. Take up the bastard. Take it up, I say, and give it to thy crone.
Forever unvenerable be thy hands, if thou takest up the princess with that forced baseness which he hath put upon it.
He treads his wife.
So I would you did, then 'twere past all doubt you'd call your children yours.
A nest of traitors.
I'm none by this good light.
Nor I, nor any, but one that's here, and that's himself. For he, the sacred honor of himself, his queens, his hopeful sons, his babes, betrays to slander, whose sting is sharper than the sword, and will not once remove the root of his opinion, which is rotten, as ever oak or stone was sound.
A coward, a boundless tongue, who late hath beat her husband, and now baits me. This bastard is not of mine, it is the issue of Polixenes. Hence with it, and together with the damned, commit them to the fire.
It is yours! And might we lay thy own proverb to your charge, so like you 'tis the worst. Behold, my lords, although the prince be little, the whole matter and copy of the father, eye, nose, lip, trick of frown, forehead, nay, the valley, the pretty dimples of his chin and cheek, his smile, the very mold of his hand, nail, finger. And thou, good goddess nature, which hath made it, so like him that got it, if thou hast the ordering of the mind to amongst all colors, no yellow, least she suspect, as he does, her children, not her husband.
A gross hag. And Moselle, thou art worthy to be hanged that will not stay her tongue.
Hang all the husbands that cannot do that feat, you leave yourself hardly one subject.
Once more, force her hence.
A most unworthy and unnatural lord can do no more.
I'll have thee burned!
I care not. It is a heretic that makes the fire, not she which burns it. I'll not call you tyrant, but this most cruel usage of your queen, not able to produce more accusation than your own weak-hinged fancy, something savors of tyranny. And will what needs these hands? You, that less so tender, or his follies will never do him good, not one of you. So, farewell, we are gone.
Thou traitor, accept on my wife to this. My child, away with it. Even thou that has a part so tender o'er it, take it hence and see instantly consumed with fire. Even thou, and none but that. If thou refuse, and wilt encounter with my wrath, say so. The bastard brains with these my proper hands shall I dash out. Go, take it to the fire, for thou saidst on my wife.
I did not, sir. This lord, my noble fellow, if he please, can clear me in it.
I can, my royal liege. He is not guilty of her coming hither.
Lies all.
Oh, beseech your highness, give us better credit. We have always truly served you, and we beg as recompense for our dear services that you do change this purpose. We all kneel.
I am a feather for each wind that blows. Shall I live on to see this bastard kneel and call me father? Better burn it now than curse it then. But be it. Let it be. It shall not die. You, sir, come you hither. You that have a heart, that you have been so tenderly officious with your lady Marjorie, your midwife there, to save this bastard. What will you adventure, save this brat's life?
Anything, my lord, my ability may undergo, upon that little blood which I have left to save the innocent. Anything possible.
It shall be possible. Swear by this sword that thou wilt perform my bidding.
I will, my lord.
Mark and perform it. Seest thou? For the fail of any point in it shall not only be death to thyself, but to thy lewd-tongued wife, whom for this time we pardon. We enjoin thee, as thou art liegeman to us, that thou carry this female bastard hence, and that thou bear it to some remote and desert place, quite out of our dominions, and that there thou leave it, without more mercy, to its own protection. Or nature may nurse, or end it. Take it up.
I swear to do this, though a present death had been more merciful. Come, poor babe. Some powerful spirit instructed kites and ravens to be thy nurses. Wolves and bears, they say, casting their savageness aside, have done like offices of pity. Sir, be prosperous in more than this deed does require, and blessing against this cruelty, fight on thy side. Poor thing, condemned to loss.
No, I'll not rear another's issue.
Please, Your Highness, post in which you've sent to the oracle are come. An hour since, Cleomenes and Dion, being well arrived from Delphos, have both landed, hasting to the court.
So please you, sir. Their speed had been beyond the common.
23 days they have been absent. 'Tis good speed, foretells the great Apollo shall suddenly have the truth in this appear. Prepare you, lords. Summon a session that we may arraign our most disloyal lady. For as she has been publicly accused, so shall she have a fair and open trial. Lead and think upon my plan.
The climate's delicate, the air most sweet, fertile the eye, the temple much surpassing the common praise it bears.
I shall report, for most it caught me, the celestial habits, methinks I so should term them, and the reverence of the grave wearers. Oh, the sacrifice! How ceremonious, solemn, and unearthly it was in the offering.
But of all, the burst and the ear-deafening voice of the oracle, kin to Jove's thunder, so surprised my sense that I was nothing.
If the event of the journey proveth successful to the Queen, oh, be it so as it hath been to us, rare, pleasant, speedy, then time has been worth the use on it.
Great Apollo turn all to the best. These proclamations, so forcing forth upon Hermione, I little like.
The violent carriage of it will clear, or in this business, when the oracle, by the great Apollo's divine sealed up, shall the contents discover. Something rare even then will rush to knowledge. Go, fresh horses, and gracious be the decision.
This sessions to our great grief we pronounce, even pushes gainst our heart. The party tried, the daughter of a king, and one of us too much beloved. Let us be cleared of being tyrannous, since we so openly proceed in justice, which shall have due course, even to the guilt or the purgation. Produce the prisoner.
It is His Highness' pleasure that the Queen appear in person here in court.
Read the indictment.
Hermione, Queen to the worthy Leontes, King of Sicilia, thou art here accused and arraigned of high treason, in the committing adultery with Polixenes, the King of Bohemia, and conspiring with Camilla to take away the life of our sovereign lord the King, thy royal husband, the pretense whereof, by being circumstances partly laid open, thou, Hermione, contrary to the faith and allegiance of a true subject, did counsel and aid them for their better safety to fly away by night.
Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony on my part no other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say not guilty. Mine integrity being counted falsehood shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not then but innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know, whom least will seem to do so, my past life hath been as continent, as chaste, as true as I am now unhappy. For behold me, a fellow of the royal bed which owe a moiety of the throne, the great king's daughter, the mother to a hopeful prince, here standing to prate and talk for life and honor, for who please to come and hear. For life I prize it, as I weigh grief, which I would spare. For honor 'tis a derivative from me to mine, and only that I stand for. I appeal to your conscience, sir, before Polixenes came to your court, how I was in your grace, how merited to be so. Since he came with what encounter so uncurrent, I have striven to appear thus. If one jot be on the bound of honor, or an act, or will that way inclining, hardened be the hearts of all that hear me, and my nearest of kin cry fie upon my grave.
I never heard yet that any of these bolder vices wanted any less impudence to gainsay what they did than to perform it first.
It's true enough, though 'tis the same, sir, not due to me.
You will not own it.
More than mistress of, which comes to be a name of fault, I must not at all acknowledge. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess I loved him, as an honor he required, with such a kind of love as might become a lady like me. With a love even such so and no other as yourself commanded. For not to have done, I think had been in me both disobedience and ingratitude to you and toward your friend, whose love had spoke even since it could speak from an infant freely that it was yours. Now for conspiracy. I know not how it tastes, though it be dish for me to try how. All I know of it is that Camilla was an honest man, and why he left your court, the gods themselves, watching no more than I, are ignorant.
You knew of his departure as you know what you have undertaken to do in his absence.
Sir, you speak a language that I understand not. My life stands in the level of your dreams, which I'll lay down.
Your actions are my dreams. You had a bastard by Polixenes, and I but dreamed it. As you were past all shame, those of your fact are so past all truth, which to deny concerns more than avails. For as thy brat hath been cast out like to itself, no father owning it, which indeed is a more criminal in thee than it, so thou shalt feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death.
Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. My second joy, and first fruits of my body, from his presence I am barred like one infectious. My third comfort, starved most unluckily, is from my breast, the innocent milk in it most innocent mouth hailed out to murder. Myself on every post proclaimed a strumpet, with immodest hatred the child-bed privilege denied, which longs to women of all fashion. Lastly, hurried here to this place, to the open air, before I have got strength of limit. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings I have here alive that I should fear to die. Therefore proceed. But yet hear this. Mistake me not. No life I prize it not a straw, but for mine honor, which I would free. If I shall be condemned upon surmises, all proof sleeping else but what your jealousies awake, I tell you 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo be my judge.
This your request is altogether just. Therefore, bring forth and in Apollo's name his oracle.
The Emperor of Russia was my father. Oh, that he were alive and here beholding his daughter's trial, that he did but see the flatness of my misery, yet with eyes of pity, not revenge.
You here shall swear upon this sword of justice that you, Cleomenes and Dion, have been both to Delphos, thence brought this sealed-up oracle by the hand delivered of great Apollo's priest, and since then have not dared to break the holy seals, nor read the secret sent.
All this we swear. Break up the seals.
Dione is chaste. Polixenes, blameless. Camillo, a true subject. Leontes, a jealous tyrant. His innocent babe truly begotten. And the king shall live without an heir if that which is lost be not found.
Now, blessed be the great Apollo.
Praise
There is no truth at all in this oracle. This session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood.
My lord the king! The king!
What is the business?
Oh, sir, I shall be hated to report it. The prince, your son, with mere conceit and fear of the queen's speed, is gone.
How gone?
Is dead!
Apollo's angry, and the heavens themselves do strike at my injustice.
This news is mortal to the queen. Look down and see what death is doing.
Take her hence, her heart is but o'ercharged. She will recover. I believe too much mine own suspicion. Beseech you, tenderly apply to her some remedies for life. Apollo, pardon my great profaneness against thine oracle. I'll reconcile me to Polixenes, new womb my queen. Recall the good Camilla, whom I proclaim a man of truth, of mercy. For being transported of my jealousies to bloody thoughts and to revenge, I chose Camilla for the minister to poison my friend Polixenes, which had been done, but that the good-minded Camilla tardied my swift command, though at the death aim with war did threaten and encourage him, not doing it and being done. He, most humane and filled with honor, to my kingly guest unclasped my practice, quit his fortunes here, which you knew great. To the hazard of all uncertainties, himself commended no richer than his honor. How he glisters through my rust, and how his piety do my deeds make the blacker.
All the while, I'll cut my lace, bless my heart cracking and break too.
What fit is this, good lady?
What studied torments tyrant has for me? What wheels, racks, fires? What flailing, boiling, and lead walls? What older nor torture must I receive, whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst? Thy tyranny, together working with thy jealousies, fancy too weak for boys, too green and idle for girls of 9. Oh, think what they have done, and then run mad, indeed stark mad, for all thy bygone fooleries were but spices of it. That thou betrayest Polixenes was nothing that did but show of thee a fool, inconstant, and damnable, and grateful. Nor was it much that thou would have poisoned good Camillo's honor to have him kill a king. Poor trespasses, more monsters standing by, whereof I reckon the casting forth the crows, thy baby daughter. To be or none or little, though a devil would have shed water out of fire ere done it. Nor is it directly laid to thee the death of the young prince, whose honorable thoughts high for one so tender, cleft the heart that could conceive a gross and foolish sire, blemished his gracious dam. This is not no lay to thy answer, but the last, O lords, when I have said, cry woe. The queen, the sweetest, dearest creature's dead, and vengeance for it not dropped down yet.
The higher powers forbid.
I'll say she's dead, I'll swear it. If we're no avail, not go and see. If you can bring tincture or luster in her lip, her eye heat outwardly or breath within, I would serve you as I would do the gods. But, oh, thou tyrant, do not repent these things, for thy woes are heavier than all thy woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair.
Go on, go on. You cannot speak too much. I deserve all tongues to talk their bitterest.
Say no more. Howe'er the business goes, you've made fault with the boldness of your speech.
I'm sorry for it. All faults I make when I shall come to know them, I do repent. Alas, I show too much the rashness of a woman. He is touched to the noble heart. What's gone and what's past, how should be past grief. Do not receive affliction at my petition. I beseech you, rather let me be punished, that I have minded you of what you should forget.
Now, good my liege, her royal sir, forgive a foolish woman. The love I bore your queen. Lo, fool again, I'll speak of her no more, nor of your children, and I'll not remember you of my own lord who is lost too. Take your patience to you, and I'll say nothing.
Thou didst speak well when most the truth, which I receive much better than to be pitied of thee. Prithee, bring me to the dead bodies of my queen and son. One grave shall be for both, and upon them shall the cause of their death appear unto our shame perpetual. And once a day to the chapel where they lie, I'll go, and tears shed there shall be my recreation. Come, and lead me to these sorrows.
Thou art perfect then. Our ship hath touched upon the deserts of Bohemia.
Aye, my lord. In fear we have landed in ill time. The skies look grimly and threaten present blusters. In my conscience, the heavens with that we have in hand are angry and frown upon us.
Their sacred wills be done. Go get aboard and look to thy bark. I'll not be long before I call upon thee.
Make your best haste, and go not too far in the land. 'Tis like to be loud weather. Besides, this place is famous for the creatures of prey that keep upon it.
Go thou away, I'll follow instantly.
I'm glad at heart to be so rid of the business.
Come, poor babe. I have heard, but not believed, that the spirits of the dead may walk again. Such a thing be, thy mother appeared to me last night, for ne'er was dream so like awaking. To me comes a creature, sometimes her head to one side, some another. I never saw a vessel of like sorrow so filled and so becoming. In pure white robes, like very sanctity, she did approach my cabin where I lay. Thrice bowed before me, and gasping to begin some speech, her eyes became two spouts. Their fury spent, anon did this break from her.
Good Antigonus, since fate against thy better disposition hath made thy person the thrower out of my poor babe, the places remote enough are in Bohemia, there weep and leave it crying, and for the babe is counted lost forever, perdita, I prithee call it. For this ungentle business put on thee by my lord, thou ne'er shalt see thy wife Helena more.
I did in time collect myself, and thought that this was so, and no slumber. Dreams are toys, and for this once, superstitiously, I will be squared by it. I do believe that Hermione hath suffered death, and that Apollo would, this indeed being the issue of King Polixenes, it should here be laid, for either life or death, upon the earth of its right father. Blossom, speed thee well. There lie. There thy character. There these, which may, if fortune please, both breed thee pretty, and still rest thine. The storm begins. Poor wretch, but for thy mother's fault art thus exposed to loss and what may follow. Weep, I cannot, but my heart bleeds. Most accursed am I to be by oath enjoined to this. Farewell. This day frowns more and more, and I would like to have a lullaby too rough. I never saw the heavens so dim by day. Savage clamor. Well, may I get aboard? This is the chase. I'm gone forever.
I would there were no age between 10 and 23, or that youth would sleep out the rest. For there is nothing in the between but getting wenches with child, wronging the ancientry, stealing, fighting. Hark now, would any but these boiled brains of 19 and 22 hunt this weather? They have scared away 2 of my best sheep, which I fear the wolf will sooner find than the master. If anywhere I have them, 'tis by the seaside, browsing of late. Good luck. And it be thy will, what have we here? Mercy on us, a bear, a very wicked bear. Boy, child, I wonder? A pretty one. A very pretty one. Sure some scape. Though I am not bookish, I can read waiting gentlewoman in the scape. This has been some stair work, some trunk work, some behind door work. They were warmer that got this than the poor thing is here. I'll take it up for pity. Yet I'll tarry till my son come. He alone, but even thou. What? Archman here? Thou seest think to talk on when thou art dead and rotten. Come hither. What ails thou, man?
I have seen two such sights, by sea and by land. But I'm not to say is the sea, what is now the sky? Betwixt the firmament and it, you cannot press the Bacchus point.
Why, boy, how is it?
I would you did but see how it chafes, how it rages, how it takes up the shore, but that is not to the point. Oh, the most piteous cries of the poor souls, sometimes to see them, or not to see them. On the ship borne the moon, the mainmast, the non-swelled yes and froth, she would thrust a cord into a hogshead. But then, for the land service, see how the bear tore out his shoulder bone, how he cried to me for help, how he said his name was Antigonus, a nobleman. Put an end to the ship, to see how the sea flap dragged it. But first, how the poor souls roared, but the sea mocked them, and how the poor gentleman roared, but the bear mocked him. Both were not in the sea or weather.
Name of mercy, when was this, boy?
Now. I have now wings since I last saw these sights. The men are not cold under water, nor the bear half down on the gentleman. He's at it now.
Heavy matters, but look thee here, boy, now bless thyself. Thou mention things dying, I with things newborn. Here's a sight for thee, look thee, a bearing cloth for a squire's child. Look thee here, take up, boy, open it. So, let's see. It was told me I should be rich by the fairies. This is some changeling. Open it, boy, what's within?
You're a made old man. If the sins of your youth were forgiven you, you will live. Gold! Oh, gold!
Oh, this is very gold, boy, and will do so. Up with it, keep it close. Home, the next way. We are lucky, boy, and to be so still requires nothing but secrecy. Let my sheep go. Come, good boy, the next way home.
On you the next way with your findings. I'll see if the bear be gone from the gentleman, and how much he hath eaten. They're never cursed, but when they are hungry, there being anything left, I'll bury it.
'Tis a lucky day, boy, and we'll do good deeds on it.